Hello friends, and welcome to my channel once again. Hail Morningstar. Hail Lucifer. There are many that look at Lucifer as an archetype. I look at Lucifer, I work with Lucifer, knowing he's a deity. Someone you can actually work with. God of light. Lucifer, God of knowledge. He will teach you things. He will teach you things about yourself. He will even show you the future. He is a mentor, and he can guide you in many directions. I have a sigil that I like to give you. This is a sigil of one of Lucifer's many. You work with this sigil as you work with Lucifer's sigils as well. You work with them hand in hand together. And when you are making offerings, make offerings for Lucifer, but also make offerings for this other demon. He is a demon, he is not an angel, but he does work with Lucifer. I'm sorry, I do not have a name. It's not even a language, it's like a gargling sound for his name, and it's really hard to reproduce. Just know that he does work with Lucifer, and he is peaceful. With all the demons I work with that you would know, everyone knows Lucifer. Every one of them knows Lucifer. And every one of them has respect for Lucifer. Lucifer is free will. Again, to destroy dogma. Christianity really has demonized Lucifer. To me, he is just love and peace. He's there to protect you. He's there to guide you. And he doesn't judge you on your good deeds or your bad deeds. Just know that he's always there with you. I have a soft spot for Lucifer. He's been with me my whole life. At times not knowing it was Lucifer until I got into the occult and I started working with these entities, and it was showed to me through Lucifer about some situations that I went through when I was homeless, and I didn't know where I was going, but I always felt protected. I always heard a voice, and I truly believed at that time it was God or Jesus. I wasn't too sure. I wasn't a religious person at that time. But when you're homeless and you're on drugs, you'll justify anything and you will go to religion if you have no standing or no belief system, because you're told that's where you go. You go to God, you go to Jesus. And with age, and again, working in black magic and working with these entities, I have my answer. And again, that's why I have a soft spot for him. Lucifer has got me out of situations as the same as Azazel. For me, they go hand in hand for growth, for situations that I would go through that are difficult, when I feel I need protection, or even my children, when I feel my children need protection in school. For like anyone harming them, or, just the simple fact of maybe someone picking on one of your children. You can go to Lucifer and ask for protection. There's things that I do around the house that make me feel better if I do it. And it is black magic, and my family don't know that I'm doing it, but I am putting love and peace in my family with these entities and using Lucifer as a great tool for my family growth. It is so easy to open up a Bible and take quotes out of the Bible about Lucifer. A lot of Christians think they know Lucifer because that's what it says in the Bible and what their pastor or preacher has told them. But it's all dogma, my friends. It's all bullshit. It's all demonizing Lucifer and lifting up a black magician as Jesus was. And that's another thing that they cannot accept. But that's okay. You're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to judge, even though I know many judge me for what I believe and what I know personally is the truth. But that's fine. I told you that Lucifer gives you free will. I will give an example. I don't believe in the Christian devil. I don't really believe anything the Bible really says. Sure, people will use it for a reference, but it's man-made and destroyed what Jesus really was and what he represented. That's another topic. If you're a homosexual or a lesbian or transgender, you're judged in the Christian faith. You will go to hell. What kind of God is that? That is not a God I want to be a part of. A God that makes people and then destroys them. Lucifer gives you free will. Lucifer does not judge you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you live your life. And that's the reason why you see a lot of people that are attracted to the same sex come over to this. I don't want to call it a faith, maybe a belief, a spiritual belief, because they've been shunned by the church. And shame on them for judging people. And shame on anyone that thinks they're better than someone else because someone might be attracted to the same sex. That is a terrible person. That is a terrible God that they are following. And that is my belief. And that's my truth. I truly understand why people think this is such an evil, dark path. Well, I work in the dark. Most of us work in the dark. I would like to think you all work in the dark. We wear black. Most of us are very gothic. We have, if you, just generalization of what someone that worships demons looks like, someone that works with demons looks like, and I fall into that category. I can tell you that I don't consider myself an evil person. I feel that there's some situations that are very dark, and I have to stare at them like in a mirror face to face and deal with these situations. Like I said, I have a family and I'm blessed and I live a great life. I have a beautiful mother that likes to come over all the time. I'm a normal person. But, they judge. And because, it's the Christians, right? It's the Christians. Oh, he works with blood. Oh, he gives blood offerings to entities. You can't argue with a Christian, someone that's in their beliefs. Again, this is the very funny thing about this. I don't go out and attack a Christian page or anyone that's Christian. You do you. But they always feel like they gotta speak upon someone that is in this path. And they judge. And that's what turns people off. to Christianity. How can you say you're a Christian and then you're attacking someone that's not a Christian? You know, the truth is, they're the ones that are destroying people. Their following is the ones that are destroying people. Who wants to be a part of anything that judges people on a daily basis and tries to correct them or correct others when they can't correct themselves? It's a very scary thing. It's a very dark thing. I was part of that Christianity thing for a little while when I first got clean. And my friends, it's very dark. The pastor that baptized me was cheating on his wife. Every time I went into a church or their church, they had bank machines in the back. They come across like they want to help you and they want to get to know you. But then when they know your secrets, they share it through the church. It is to each their own. I like to work alone, and there's a reason for it. I have no church. I don't need to share my secrets here, what is taught to me, because I'm confident in myself. And that's what this practice does, is give you confidence in yourself. I stand at the crossroads of shadow and flame. By this pact, I call upon Lucifer's name. Light bearer, serpent, angel undone, father of fire, first rebel, fallen one. Now, this is something I would like to share. I notice a couple practitioners that are going up their rocker. I'm not going to give out names. I don't do that unless it's positive. But what they're doing is isolating. And that's dangerous, my friends, to isolate and be in this path, especially if you're doing as many rituals as I do. And again, like my last video, I talked about my balance with my family and how important it is to have someone that isn't on this path, just a normal person, someone that's not going to judge you, but you can just talk about life, you know. Not everything has to be about black magic and the occult. And trust me, when I'm done all this, I have this neighbor that comes over, and she's like 70 years old, and she comes over every morning. And we go outside and we have a coffee. Sometimes she comes over with an older friend. It feels like my friends are like 70 and up. I don't know, old people just love our family. I think it's the children as well. But, you know, we just talk about life. She doesn't know that I'm on this path, and I have no reason to share it with her. It's none of her business, and I really don't want to scare her. You know, I respect her enough. When we make food, we bring it over. You know, we're just, I cut her grass once a week. We're just like normal neighbors, but we're friendly neighbors. You can look at me and judge me, and that is fine. And then you can look at me and see my practice and judge me, and that is fine. But who I am, I know who I am. And that's the confidence that you get working on this path. It is a confidence builder. But again, if you're isolating, alone on your thoughts, guys, you can go in some really crazy places. And to the point, and I know this to be true, many practitioners that do not share this, is they end up in the mental hospital. And they just don't share it because for them, it makes them look weak. And no, you're not weak. You just have to build tools when you're on this path. And a tool is to have somebody that's not on this path. A tool is to have friends, to not isolate. No, you don't have to share everything. It's just a breather from this craziness we call the left-hand path. This craziness that can be working with demons, to out yourself and get out in the sun and maybe go to the beach or go watch a movie with a friend. So take this as a suggestion. If you're finding yourself isolating, please try to interact with other people. It's a healthy way to keep going on with ritual work, and it's definitely good for your mental state. So by this pact, in the circle I stand, the light bearer's fire alive in my hand. No master above me, no chains shall remain. By Lucifer's flame, reborn through my pain.
2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Friends, I'm going to have to throw this in there. As you know, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. And it's all over YouTube, it's all over the news, it's all over Facebook. But for me, I was a young boy getting into Black Sabbath. Now, I know Black Sabbath will say that they're not an evil band, an occult band. Well, the name attracted me, and the music meant something to me than really what it was written about. I was actually heartbroken when I heard that Ozzy passed. I would, through my life, always say when somebody passed that was famous, as long as they don't take Ozzy, I'm good. I would always say that, leave him alone. And the time came that he passed. And I have an autographed photo of him, and I placed it on my altar. And I did that for a night just to honor him. I just want to let everybody know that he was definitely a very big part of my life. Black Sabbath, big part of my life. Even going into the Dio years. But Ozzy on his own as well. The Randy Rhoads years. Big part of my life. And just rest in peace, Ozzy. We all love you. Grant me the courage to question and know, to break every chain and let wisdom grow. In your name I become my own Lord and star, Lucifer within, my guide from afar. As most of you know, I have a couple friends on this path, or in this path. J.S. Garrett is one of them. And I want to tell you how grateful I am to have him in my life. You know how I was talking about being alone and isolating, and having friends that are not in this path. It is so important as well if you can at least find one or two people that are in this path, that do work with entities, to have a relationship with, that you can trust. Me and JS, we have built trust amongst us. I consider him a solid guy, and I consider myself a solid guy. I don't go around telling secrets. If somebody tells me something, I can keep that secret. I think this is something that was always a part of me. through my life, I've done a lot of things, but the one thing I've never done is rat on somebody. I'm always good on my word. When I got into recovery, I did a sponsorship, and people had to share things with me, and I would have to keep them for myself. So I've had practice at doing this. I don't have to, it's not important for me to share something that someone has shared with me. And I have that relationship with J.S. Garrett, and I hope it never ends. The only reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want JS to see this video and know that I do appreciate him, and I do appreciate having someone on the same path as me that is growing, and he is growing, and he is getting stronger, and I can see it in him when I talk to him, the confidence he has. He's been up and down, as I have, up and down, and we're both in a good place. And that's what this path can give us, and that's what this path can give you. See, my friends, when we go through a situation, someone that works with entities, we deal with it in ritual, and then we let it go. People are like, about cursing, they're so hard on cursing. The only ones that are against cursing are Christians, or someone that doesn't walk our path. Cursing is a good way to deal with something without physically harming them and letting it go. And that's why this is a great path to build your foundation on. And that's where you get your confidence and your self-worth, knowing that you don't have to get yourself in trouble, and cursing is a good way to vent that. When people hear cursing, they automatically think of death cursing. Cursing for me is just shaking them up, maybe bringing a little bit of chaos in their life. I'm not out to curse someone so their mother dies. I would never do something like that. There are dark practitioners that will do that, but that's not where I am. I like to honestly throw an entity at them and have them stand over their bed as they wake up, start hearing noises through the house, but only focusing on them, not focusing on their family or anything, just on that one individual. And if they really fuck me up, let's say they owe me money and they fuck me over, well, I will just hit their finances in a curse. I'll go at their finances because I know I'm not going to get my money back. That's where we can use this situation. This is how we can use ritual work to benefit ourselves. And knowing that you curse the person and you let it go, then you let it go. You don't have to chase them for the money anymore. It is done. So it is spoken. So let it be sealed. By the light bearer's spark, my path is revealed. Friends, I have lived many lives, and I like the life that I'm living right now. For the past 11 years, my life has just slowly went up. Yes, things happen. My father passing is one, but we all die. There's many situations you can't stop. Like, if I blow a tire, is that a bad day or is that a bad moment? I always look at things at bad moments, and I try not to focus on them. A loss of a parent's a little bit different than a tire, but we all deal with our situations. And I have a net I can fall back, and that is my path working, and the entities that I work with. And Lucifer is a big part of that, as I shared, as well as Azazel. Peace of mind and serenity, they really fill me with that, and they give me the motivation to move forward in life. Friends, I hope everyone is enjoying their summer. It's been very hot here. The children have a lot of water things outside, jumping castle, water slide, pool, sprinklers. The young one can't be out there too long, she does shifts. But all in all, I'm having a great summer, and I wish everybody is having a great summer as well. I want to thank you for coming to my page. And remember, friends, always protect your kingdom. Hail, Lucifer.